Made food. Okay, today we're going to be making apple pie. I'm going to show you how to make some pretty good all butter crust. Now here's a little messed up. Also, I wanted to show you what I did yesterday. I cut my it's going to pop open. Cut my knee open with a pruning saw. So, Crisco versus butter. A lot of the big time hot shots say Crisco shortening all the way. Well, have you ever tasted Crisco? Okay, Sam does not want to make a cooking show. Crisco, have you ever tasted it straight out of the can? I have. Doesn't taste very good. Butter does. In general, I like to cook with things that taste good. I read a story once about a guy who did the Iditarod in Alaska, and he saw a young Eskimo kid eating Crisco straight out of the can. I guess if you're raised and come from a culture where fat and meat are about the only thing that you eat, Crisco might be the way to go. So, here's what I'm doing. I'm cutting up 2 sticks of butter into really tiny pieces, as small as you have patience for. And that's about as small as I have patience for. That's 2 sticks. 2 sticks of butter. Here's what else I've done. I've added 2.5 cups of bread flour. I use, yes. Okay, Sam's making a machine. I use bread flour for just about everything. Bread flour has a little bit more protein, it binds together, and it makes a stronger dough. I hate trying to roll out dough and it falls apart every time I put my rolling pin on it. This solves my problem. I added probably 1.5 tablespoons of sugar and about 1 teaspoon of salt. That's all that's in here. So I've got 2.5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. That's it. Let's add these little butter chunks. Slow and steady and keep it cold. Notice, at this point, you need to make sure you have this. Ice cold water. We're going to use that next. Okay, so let's turn it on. One chunk at a time, just like that Johnny Cash song. And here we go. The little chunks are hitting my mixer. You can't see this.
Yeah, I can.
But my hands are buttery, so I won't move the iPhone closer to me. Maybe it'll help if I turn off this light. I forgot how. I don't know how. Sam, would you like to say something to the camera while we're adding our butter chunks?
Yeah.
The camera's over there. Don't touch it, just look in it. Come here, come here, come here. Come next to me. And look that way. You see your face?
Yeah.
Always make sure that you wear hair protection and cover your beard, if you have one, ladies. Or shave it before you cook.
No.
You don't want any hairs ending up in your crust.
No.
Right, Sam?
Yeah.
I've heard a few people talk about instead of using water
Can I help you, Dad?
later on to bind all our flour together. Yeah, Sam, go ahead and put some in there. You can use vodka. The logic behind this is that the only purpose that the water serves during your crust making process is to bind the flour together.
Yeah.
And if you use vodka, it'll evaporate out, since vodka is not going to impart any real flavor. It's not going to leave behind much of anything. It'll evaporate out and you'll have a flakier crust. I think it's a waste of vodka. If I have vodka, I'm going to drink it.
And I don't.
And he doesn't. He's not 21 yet. So we've just about added all the butter. I'm going to turn my mixer speed up a little bit more to increase homogenization.
And I got the last piece.
And Sam put the last piece in. So I specially made these little chopping blocks out of walnut because I thought they were cute. I thought the rough walnut was cute. I'm gonna rinse off my hands. I installed this faucet not too long ago because my old faucet wasn't working.
I'm going to rinse off my head.
Very good, Sam. Now, we have this standard white hand towel for wiping the buttery wetness off of our hands. That's what we use in this kitchen. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's take a look. Also, this is a pig spatula. It's one of my favorites. Make sure you get one of these. Here we go. Okay, what am I looking at? I'm waiting for it to look like a bunch of little beans or peas or corns or something. Here's the trick with pie crust. Yeah, you can have it in just a minute.
Okay.
Don't over process it. If you can see the chunks of butter, then that's good. Because those individual chunks of butter are going to be the individual spots where the dough doesn't mix evenly. And the little spots where the dough doesn't mix evenly are the spots where it's going to be flaky. So, that's good. This is looking good. Alright, now let's add our water slowly. Turn that back on.
Add it.
We're going to take a spoon. I got to find it. It's in this drawer behind us. A little baby spoon. See how small it is?
Yeah.
It's really cute, too. That's what we're doing with this ice water here. The colder the water is, the slower your reaction is going to be.
I'm going to color on it.
So we'll put in a little bit. Why are we adding water? We're just turning this into something that's bound together so we can work with it later. Two.
I'm going to get Sandy soda
Doesn't look
water.
right yet. Doesn't look like a ball yet.
I'm going to get
Three.
this.
4. No ball formation yet. 5. Let's go all the way to 8. 6. 7.
Yes!
8. Turn it up a little bit. Let's go all the way to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's use that spatula. Can I have this pig spatula?
Yeah.
We're going to need a lot more water.
We can dump this in. We can dump this in.
Let's not dump it in. Let's just use a spoon. Next. Next.
Why?
Next. 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 Take a drink.
I need a drink. Yummy. Yummy.
Okay. Truth is, I've never used this little tiny spoon. I usually use a big tablespoon.
No, you don't. I don't use a big spatula.
It was on top though because Sam just put up the silverware.
Yeah.
And I think one of these little teaspoons that he put in there is worth about 6 tablespoons. Okay, what do you think, Sam?
Good.
Oh, my phone's doing something funny.
That's for you.
So, sorry, I was getting a text, so I had to stop with my phone there. Whoa! Okay. I added enough water. Now this pie dough is nice and glued together. And we can take it and make a ball. Sam's eating some of it right now. So let's put it right here.
I ate a little bit of
Reach
it.
in with your clean hands. I might have added a little bit too much water, but that's okay. And I added an ice cube by accident. We'll just throw that out. And you take your pie dough, and hopefully you can still see some chunks of butter. Hopefully everything was cold enough in there that the butter didn't soften too much. You want the butter to be visible. If there were a way just to make a paste out of your flour and water and just inject little chunks of butter every couple of millimeters, then that would be the best way to do it. Okay, there's your pie dough. Doesn't look pretty, it's all crumbly, but in about 4 or 6 hours or so, we're going to take this pie dough from the refrigerator and we're going to roll it out to make 2 little crusts, one for top, one for bottom, and we're going to finish making our apple pie. Into the refrigerator. What do you think, Sam?
Mm-hmm.